As we settle into 2026, you're talking about a color that's already kind of setting the tone for design trends. So tell us about this new color that you're kind of unveiling and celebrating today with Steven Sabados.
100%. We're going to bring in designer and artist Steven Sabados to talk about the Pantone color of the year. And we're here at this beautiful store in Leslieville called Black Rooster. I've been here before. I love it.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah. So let's talk about the Pantone color of the year. But before we get into that, let's briefly go into who Pantone are and why they get to choose the color of the year. So these guys are the global authority on color. Okay, and they create this giant book we've shown before. This is called the PMS, the Pantone Matching System. It's a true acronym. And so what they get to do, so the whole reason we use this globally, designers and any sort of manufacturers, is that if I'm getting a piece of paper with an exact color made in, say, India, and I need to get a piece of leather in Italy, the exact color, you just pick one of the Pantone chips, and it will be the exact same color.
Oh, really?
So across the world, so everywhere. Anyhow, so that's why they get to choose the color of the year. Every year we get to, we always unveil the new color. So the color of the year this year,
drum roll,
shockingly I roll my eyes, is this. It's called Cloud Dancer. It's a warm-ish white.
Okay, I'm okay with this, but you're saying some people are not?
The design community is really up in a huge uproar for this color, just because it is an absence of color. But the thing, I want to read to you why they chose it. Here's their explanation for it. This is, it's one of the first times they chose a white shade. So it's a soft, airy white described as a billowy, tranquil hue symbolizing peace and serenity, which is lovely. A blank canvas encouraging quiet reflection, clarity, and simplicity, and a fresh start to a noisy world, which is true. We have a very noisy world. So they're saying push restart or reset, and let's sort of like neutralize and then move forward. So it does make sense.
It totally makes sense. And the reason we highlight the color of the year, because it's not just going to be featured in design and decor, but it literally trickles down to everything.
Every single thing in the market. We've got a picture here. It's going to go like from headphones to luggage to cars to you name it. You're going to see an explosion of warm white products on the marketplace.
I'm okay
and
with
you love that because that's your jam.
It is. So then how does it translate in the world of design?
So in the world of design, so large paint companies, they get to choose their own color of the year, which very much influences interior designers because they always like new colors, new things, new platforms for the homes that they're building. The first one here, so this is by Sherwin-Williams. This is Universal Khaki. Okay, which is I think is a fantastic color. It's very reminiscent of the 80s, 90s. When beige-ish, neutral walls were big. But so here's their reason. So Universal Khaki is a timeless, neutral midtone, easily complements a wide range of colors, and quiet confidence.
I love that.
So that's their explanation. And you can kind of see here, we have a room setting to see what it looks like in a room. Again, beautiful neutral. Again, one of those timeless ones. Again, if you like beige. And then here that they've chosen a bunch of colors that will coordinate with it. Beautiful neutrals, again, all those earthy tones still majorly on trend. But I think this is a very realistic and usable color.
And you see how Cloud Dancer is mixed in with Universal Khaki.
Super, super well. Absolutely, 100%.
Okay, see, that's really pretty, actually.
This is good. So the next one we have here, if you want to hold this one up.
Oh, I love this color.
This is by Benjamin Moore, again, a huge leader in color. So their color of the year is called Silhouette. And again, you can see, I think it's a beautiful color. So let's talk about, so they say Silhouette is reminiscent of a tailored suiting, right? This color weaves luxurious burnt umber with decadent notes of charcoal and espresso, offering elegance, depth, and a connection of timeless interiors, which I kind of think it really does. We have a picture of it in a room, and it really is a rich color. Imagine like the paneled walls with this beautiful rich color. It just feels very grounded and strong. And again, you can see the neutrals that they're mixing it with, also with Cloud Dancer. And sort of, if you kind of even go at both of these, so the colors, they're very, very, very similar. So, I mean, the paint companies, they're sort of in the same vein as well. So if you go to the paint stores and you look for their colors of the year, it's a nice direction on where homes are going to go in interior design.
This is a really interesting combo. Like, I would never think of some of these colors to mix in.
Absolutely,
as a combo.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like a beautiful teal with this. Again, a little highlights is great. Even to mix in these, not necessarily with paint color, but could be fabrics.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
See what you're saying.
These beautiful neutrals in fabrics and whatnot would be a beautiful combination with these. So imagine even if this were a nice rich hardwood floor, and these dark colors would be beautiful. Or even if you went with a very pale floor, for these would be, again, very nice with the contrast.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. But I guess with Pantone picking Cloud Dancer, it's the first time picking a white, which is really interesting.
Their first time, yeah, picking. That's why the entire design community is in an outrage. So out of tens of thousands of colors that you can choose from this book, you went to this.
Yeah.
But I understand the reason for it. Pushing restart. 2026, new year. Let's freshen it up. Let's move forward and let's put the gray behind us.
I love that. Let's put the gray behind us. Fresh new start. Okay. Steven, this is great. Thank you so much. You want to stick around for our next segment as well, because we'll talk more about design and decor. We're here at Black Rooster. It's this beautiful store in Leslieville. You'll have to check it out. So many awesome pieces. And yes, we're here to talk about the trends in design and decor. Artist and designer Steven Sabados joins me now. So we featured the color of the year, Cloud Dancer.
Your favorite color.
My favorite color. And now we're going to sort of look at the design trends for the year,
Absolutely.
right?
That's why I love this store, because
Yeah.
there's so many trends right now. So the first one to talk about, the biggest one, is lighting. And if you look around in the store here in overhead lighting, it's less about the illumination and more about the artistic creation of the light. And you just look at these lights here, and again, great representation of it. So it's becoming lighting is becoming art in your space.
Right.
Like I said, less about illumination, because this would be beautiful in a dining room, wouldn't necessarily illuminate the table, but we have a lot of layered lighting now in rooms. You're going to have the pot lights going around, you can have
Yes.
table lamps. So this in a room or even in a living room, it's sculptural. It's like, oh wow. So you're creating a focal point on the ceiling.
Okay, so then
So-
anything goes, even on the sconces, right?
Yeah, wall sconces as well. Look at these wall sconces. It literally is sculpture for your walls. And that's where we're creating this, it's another space just to create something unique for your space.
So moving forward, don't look at lighting as lighting, look at it as art pieces.
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Because you're adding sculpture to your ceiling and to your walls.
Love it.
Love it. Fantastic.
Okay.
The next one we're going to talk about, this one here, it's been trending for a few years now, right? And this one here is handmade. Anything that you can see that a human has touched it, has formed it, has created little pinches, has hand pounded it. It's again imperfections. And I think because of this world, everything is perfect. Everything is AI. Everything is generated from computers.
Right.
We're doing 3D printing. It's like, okay, let's get back to humans.
I love that. Let's get back to humans.
Yeah, and I think, again, the less perfect, the better. Imperfections is what we want. We want to see, if you can get the artist's thumbprint in there, even better.
Okay,
Yeah.
and anything goes, very sculptural, it
Very
seems.
sculptural.
Okay.
Again, yeah, this is, and right down to this is a paper mache urn, which is just fantastic. Again, you can see that the artist has just molded paper. Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. The next one we're going to talk about here, this one is sort of interesting. It's sort of, we're calling it global mystic. So first of all, we're embracing all, the entire globe. So all cultures. This is the time, I just brought this here for me, this is the time to bring out all those treasures that you get when you travel. This is some of my treasures from Thailand.
Love it.
Bring them out, we're going to display them. Right?
Yeah.
And again, great conversation pieces.
And
Now,
this is where you're good, because when you travel, you tend to
Always.
pick up pieces and bring it back.
absolutely,
Right?
100%. And a lot of people what do I do with it? They throw it into a cupboard. Again, put it onto a bookcase, and weave it in with everything else that you have. The next thing we're talking about also is some of the stuff here, mystic. So here we have these gorgeous, beautiful hands of Buddha. I just
Beautiful.
love these. This is my jam. And then we have, sculptures of Zeus, which is really cool. And then on the back here, this whole table here, again, is a great representation of that. Fantastic. Again, the bust of Zeus, or the head of Zeus. Beautiful busts from other cultures, even down to like a palm tree, like this brass palm tree. So embrace it.
Embrace
And I
it.
like this whole mystic thing, because it sort of adds this sort of interesting little element to your space, especially when you're dealing with stuff like this.
Oh, love
Yeah,
it. Okay,
fantastic.
and then you've got this
Next
here.
one over here. Geometric details as well. So this one here, you can see it's almost a nod to Art Deco. Like these vases here, I love simplicity, clean lines, right? They're not fussy, it's not overdone. Again, some of these vases, very, very Art Deco inspired. Candlesticks that are sculptured, just sitting here with nothing in them.
Those are candlesticks?
They're candlesticks here,
That
you
would
can
look
see.
stunning on a table.
Beautiful. And again, look, you could, move them. They could be bookends, they could be candlesticks, you don't know. But
Okay.
again, super, super clean lines. And as we've said for many, many years as well, soft rounded corners.
Right, so you see it on the chair
on
here.
On the chair here, yeah, beautiful, everything's rounded. And see the round cutout in the chair here, the round cutout on the table here as well. Again, these sort of geometric and geometry is built into this to the piece. Even Ken, if you can get a shot here of this little bench here.
Yeah.
Again, rounded corners, round, soft.
So everything's sexy and curvy.
Sexy, curvy, and you know what? This is also great feng shui as well, right? Because of things, there's no hard corners. Everything's rounded, everything's soft. It's just very pleasing to your eye, and again, it just adds a softness to your space instead of a hard corner.
Okay, and then before we go then, when you think about layering pieces and displaying it, because you know this Black Rooster, they do a great job of display, you do a great job of display. What's the one tip that you can give somebody at home?
One tip, always things of like threes. Massive height, and here we have sort of like asymmetry, something taller moving down something smaller. Don't sort of pile things up in one corner and just leave the other side. So create some sense of balance. And in here, it can dip up, can dip down. This is our main focal point here. So odd numbers, think big.
Okay.
Okay, that's a big one. People on the coffee table always put like tiny little bitty things.
No.
Dramatic.
Okay,
Yes.
That's your tip. Thank you so much,
Thank
Steven.
you.
And of course, you can follow Steven on all his social media platforms. Thank you so much, and thank you to Black Rooster for hosting us this morning.